Is it gone? It's a gone. We're gone. Copy the link. Hello everybody. Today I'm gonna be, just doing a little bit of Crystalline here. Last time I tried to stream this, I used the wrong save file. Sorry. But last time, I was also retarded because I was not paying attention. However, this time, I am paying attention, and also I deleted the other save file. So, that solves that problem. So let's begin. I've already shared the link everywhere that I wanted it to be. And I am ready to begin. Instead of bang though, today I don't have any bang unfortunately, but like usual for these Crystalline streams I have coffee. Now, if you're in my time zone, you might be thinking, what the hell are you doing? Coffee at 8 p.m.? What's wrong with you? I don't care about those people. Those people may care about me, but I don't enjoy their opinion. And this is the save file. The correct one. As if you check here, there is no one except for the autosave. We shall begin. I am still suffering from a few symptoms of strep throat, but it is much, much better now that I have these antibiotics. So I should be able to make it through this entire stream. Fuck! I'm rudely awoken by boisterous yells, and as I blink my eyes open, I see the bongo planted on Zach's face. Oh, hey Mercy, that's good. Bosh. Fuck. What's going on, Zach? Zach leaps off the bed, continuing his scolding, and the bongo scurries under the pillow. Let's go. Typically show up before you give the plug, but man, I was prepared on this one. I had my shit typed out already. I think you scared him, Zach. What's wrong with you? How could you do that?
Get out of there!
Out of where? Why are you bullying my pongo, you fucking prick? You wish. Listen, I have honey pop. But I don't. Maybe eventually I might. I don't know if I'll play it on stream though. He snatches a pillow to reveal the pongo, contentedly blobbing over his discharges. The pongo's eyes are slitted shut and were fuck. I cannot speak, can I? And he wears a silly grin.
Don't even think about it.
Zach, don't you talk shit to my pongo. I will beat you. Don't you fuck. Zach scoops up his discharges and forcibly gives him a shake. The pongo's eyes snap open as he wobbles in the air, clinging on for dear life. You son of a bitch, put my pongo down. You motherfucker.
Point!
That's right, pongo, you tell him. Zach doesn't cease his shaking, and somehow the pongo seems to be hanging on. Damn, boy, he's got a strong jaw on you. His small body jiggles up and down, well, until he finally bounces onto the floor.
Point!
This Zach fella, I don't like you, Zach. You do some questionable things sometimes. He glares daggers at Zach, who is too busy inspecting his discharges to notice. As he does this, there was a sharp knock on the door. Barely comprehending what's going on, I shuffle to the door and open it to a crack.
I heard yelling. Is everything
Everything's fine. Pongo just got a little hungry. Zach didn't exactly like that. Fucking prick. I look behind me and see Zack dangling his discharges high in the air, while the Pongo leaps up to reach it.
These aren't for you to absorb!
Don't you tell my Pongo what he can and can't eat. You like mercy better. Very well. You're entitled to your own opinion.
Boy!
Even if it's really fucking wrong.
I'll just wait for you guys downstairs.
I'd recommend you to leave, yes. You have the right idea. Alright, before I can answer, she turns around and walks away. Bullshit, before I can answer, I said good. I can't blame her for that. I close the door and start getting dressed. Put on my drawers, you know, me and the boys. Without our drawers. A long while later, I emerge from my room with a Pongo sitting on my head. Zack has his discharges back to their holsters and shoulders his pack. I cannot. Speech is not something I'm apparently professional at today. And that's really fucking hot coffee. Ow. We head downstairs and meet Leanna, who is waiting at one of the tables. I wish I was part of the boner cast, bro. If I even knew everyone who ever took part in the boner cast, God, I would just be that much happier every day. We head downstairs. Yep.
Is everyone ready?
Hey, Cap. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. As long as that thing doesn't come near my dischargers again.
Don't you fucking take that tone with my Pongo, bitch.
Poi.
Pongo sticks out his tongue. Anna speaks before the two of them can start
All right,
again.
then let's hit the road.
Thank you, Leanna. Come on, Pongo. Don't go close to him. He might do something that he would regret in what would happen to him afterwards. With one final nod, she leads the way out of the inn and back into town. The rest of the journey towards Illumia is peaceful yet uneventful. The Pongo snoozes on my head for most of the way there. Cute little bastard, isn't he? Leanna frequently sneaks a peek at him and smiles to herself. The fucking bitch. Trying to think of a way to steal away my Pongo. Zack keeps to himself and continues to be the lead for fewest lines spoken. It's quite annoying in that way sometimes, but by midday I can see the stone buildings of Illumia. We make it through the city gates without incident. Holy shit! Is that Big Ben? Not sure if... No, you can't see my cursor. But that looks like Big fucking Ben. But magic. And small. Fucking hell, there's a lot of crystals. Unlike the quaint houses of Meadow Hill Village, Illumia is built taller and grander. There are more noise. I have negative speech skill. There's more noise as people fill the streets. Zack stares down the side street.
This is me.
Fuck you. I hope you get shanked down that alley. Bye. I crane my neck to peer into an alcove.
It's a shortcut to the inn.
Safe travels.
Okay.
Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Good luck at the Mage Academy.
We won't have any, I hope. He heads into the alley, finally leaving. Do you think we'll ever see him again? God, I hope not. Leanna shrugs.
Mercenaries have a way of just popping up. Let's keep moving. The Mage Academy is straight ahead, closer to the center of town.
God, I hope you're wrong about that. She points to a looming tower with a high steeple. As we get closer, I see that the tower is attached to a castle. Whoa! You started this fucking place? Serious?
Yep.
I mean, it's like the magic version of Harvard, so I hope that it's good.
What's your academy like?
She notices my wonder. It's just a normal university. Usual. Students here, students there, all studying different shit. We all have required core courses though, which we usually have to complete before branching into our majors, but, you know, the usual.
That sounds similar to the Mage Academy. Everyone here must learn magic and casting. But after that, we are able to choose a discipline.
Ah. Sounds like I won't like it then. Like becoming a mage knight.
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, so mage knights aren't the only kind of mage that can come out of the academy. I learned this in the academy. It's called using a gun. We begin making our way down the grand streets of Illumia. Once we arrive at the academy, Leona pushes right through the wrought iron gates and leads me across the expansive quad. Ah, yeah. Yeah, someone used a lot of fucking money on this place. How much taxes do you guys pay again? Students pass by in flocks, chatting animatedly. Each of them wears near identical long cloaks, differing only in the color used. Leona glances excitedly at a girl wearing a white cloak. Hey, yeah. Why are you staring at her? Kind of creepy.
No, but we're in the same house.
Oh. So you live in the same dorm? Or is that what I'm thinking here?
You can tell by her cloak. White means she's learning wind magic.
Ah. You know, that's kind of unfortunate for wind magic, because if you blow fucking wind everywhere, you're eventually gonna get really dirty. Pay more attention to the specific colors. It's white, red, blue, and green. I bet I can guess which color represents what. Wind is white, red is fire, blue is water, and green is earth. As any of the slightest of brains could figure out, I point towards. She grins.
You got it.
Sounds about right. That's about right. I'm always right. We walk past the enclosed field. A young man sporting a green cloak holds a book in one hand, and with his other hand dims his manipulator. Aim. Tim, that's aims his manipulator straight ahead of him. His mouth is pressed in constant. Give me a second. Coffee. It's what the doctor ordered. Actually, the doctor said no, but no, I don't care. His mouth is pressed in concentration and beads of sweat line his forehead. Jesus Christ. After a few tense minutes. So I just stared at this guy for a few minutes? Damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? After a few tense minutes, the earth rumbles beneath him and dirt spikes shoot out from the ground. That was quite fucking awesome.
Come on!
Although it took way too much time. Minutes, bro? For magic? For a few spikes? That's kind of pitiful. Anna pulls on my arm, reverting my attention back to the task at hand. She only does so after she pays attention to me staring at somebody for several minutes on end. We enter the east wing of the castle and into an open foyer. There are only a scattering of students, I feel my brain melting. There are only a scattering of students wandering these halls, and most are accompanied by an adult wearing long black robes. I assume that they would be the professors. as most people with black cloaks are professors, I swear. Liana scans each professor as we walk past, as if looking for someone in specific. She leads me up a winding staircase, then grins when she spots an older man with graying hair. His robes are pleated with white stripes, and he carries a staff in one hand.
Professor Orin.
He turns around. He turns at the sound of his name and matches Liana's grin.
Liana, one of my best and brightest. What a pleasant surprise.
Fuck, it's Liana. Shit, it's Liana. Not Liana, it's Liana. It's fine. She smiles bashfully at the compliment.
It's great to see you again.
What brings you to the academy?
Actually, I'm here on official business.
As you can tell by the random stranger she
I'm
brought
sure
here.
you've heard of the random concentrations of magical energy by now.
He nods.
Well, I found someone who was directly impacted.
That would be me. She gestures towards me as I say this. I shift awkwardly as his gaze falls upon me. Although he looks intently at me, I can sense his curiosity.
What exactly do you mean by impacted?
I was investigating a report of unusual magic energy in Meadowhill, and it turns out the concentrated energy originated from him.
What she said. Professor Orin notices is skeptical. Professor Orin raises a skeptical eyebrow.
That level of energy would tear a human apart from the inside. Are you sure you weren't mistaken?
Fool, I'm not human, I'm Tamser. Born of the Shrekian descent.
My manipulator read the energy level. Maybe we can use the Academy's equipment to scan him again.
That'd be great. I need a few things I need to check.
Yes, let's do that.
So, what exactly would that amount of magical energy... You say it would tear me apart, but... would it, like, rip me from my joints? How are we talking here? He motions for us to follow him, then turns down the hallway. We arrive in a spacious room. With a big-ass crystal. There's a large device on one end of the room, which is separated by a wall of glass. The device has two panels on the side which stretch up about 8 feet off the ground. On the other side of the room are a handful of students and professors. They consistently focus their manipulators in what I assume to be magical tests, and every so often jot down notes. Like the good little shits they are, listening to their professor's every word. A couple of bongos openly roam about the room, mostly ignored by most people. If one wanders a little too close to a crystal, a student chases it away. Otherwise, though, they leave each other be. I thought you said bongos weren't really welcomed here, or really in anywhere in society. Liana looks fondly around the room, and reminiscent smile on her face.
They aren't, but mages tend to like them. Bongos absorb residue energy on the mage from casting, which is surprisingly nice. Kind of feels like a gentle massage.
That's quite nice of them, isn't it? Isn't that right, Pongo? Haven't felt it, but Pongo's fucking awesome. Professor Orin gives her a soft nudge.
Go ahead.
She nods and turns to me.
We're gonna take another scan of you now.
Okay. Is it gonna cost me anything? Is it gonna cost you anything? Oh, just fucking do it. Talking about that huge fucking thing right behind the glass, right?
Yeah, it looks intimidating, but it functions the same way as my manipulator.
So it's just a big manipulator. Alright. Alrighty then. One of the students leads me to the device and has me stand between the two panels. There's a crystal mounted on top. Oh, excuse me. There's a crystal mounted on top of each panel. As he closes the glass door behind me, the quiet mumbling of voices is muted into silence. A beam of soft light emits between the crystals and slowly descends towards my head, passing through my torso and disappearing at my feet. Once the light is gone, the same student lets me back into the room. Professor Orn looks grave, while Leanna's mouth is pressed into a firm frown.
This can't be right. Maybe we should scan him again.
Leanna, the levels that you reported would have killed this young man.
You know, I think the professor's right. Your thing must have just been
Even
wrong.
so, how is it possible that this scan shows he has 0 magical energy?
Huh? She holds out her manipulator just as when we'd first met. Pale light glows, unlike our initial reading. As she holds her manipulator closer to me, the light remains unchanged. Leanna's face falls. Professor Orn puts a comforting hand on her shoulder.
Had he just cast it? Perhaps it was magical residue which you had read. As you know, that tends to slowly leave the body after each magic use.
She shakes her head.
It was too high a reading to just be residue.
Also, I don't know how to cast. I'm good. Last time Leanna used her scanner thing on me, that little glowy light was pulsing like crazy. Like it was almost flatlined, it was beeping so much. Professor Orn seems to be
Then
intrigued.
perhaps it was a faulty reading from your manipulator.
Perhaps.
I can hear quite a bit of skepticism in her voice. It seemed to be working quite fine before, though. Leanna shakes her head as if asking me not to continue.
I should get back to my students, but I hope I get to see you again.
I hope that you can help me in some way, old man. Professor Orn gives Leanna's shoulder. I'm more tired than I thought, apparently. One last comforting squeeze before she leaves. Before he leaves. Fuck. While our discussions had been taking place, I noticed the pongos would watch me with interest. A green one starts to gravitate towards us. Maybe it's interested in Leanna's magic, but then why does it look like it's heading towards me?
Polly?
My little wobbly blue pongo buddy, look, is at my feet, and he's just chilling. Hey, you're back. It's good. He bounces on the ground and fixes me with his wide smile. Suddenly, he stops and stares at the green pongo, who blinks at him. He hops towards it and grins.
Poi.
Ah, buddy, it's
Poi.
just like you. My pongo's eyes widen.
Poi.
Saying something now. The green pongo grins and hops away, and my pongo follows. I have absolutely no idea what just happened, but I feel quite warm and fuzzy inside. Strange. Is this happiness? As the pongos run off, a professor in a wheelchair rolls towards us. Although he lost all his hair, he doesn't seem as old as some of the others.
Leanna,
Ah, Professor Xavier, my buddy. She doesn't bother containing her surprise.
Professor Xavier!
Yeah. No, the question is it the X-Men man? I doubt it, because he's a magic professor. So, yeah, let's play this cool. It's a pleasure to meet you. He smiles at Leanna.
it's always nice to see a familiar face.
Then he turns his attention to me. It's nice to meet you, sir.
You as well.
Yep.
Professor, is there something I can help you with?
Leanna, how high was your original energy reading?
In the thousands.
Wait, what? It's gotta be some kind of fucking record, right? He creases his brow and ponders quietly.
Tell me, are you familiar with the theory of temporal rifts?
Leon and I both shake our heads.
In the most basic sense, a temporal rift occurs when the fabric of the universe is torn. In the midst of this tear, there is a moment where the parallel worlds overlap.
So... Leona and I glance sharply at each other. Would it be possible to cross between the worlds?
It may be in theory, but it'd be very difficult. After all, that type of travel between worlds would require an immense amount of energy, an amount that no human would be able to manipulate and survive. That's why most elders have dismissed this as nonsense, but listening to all that's been said today, it coincides quite closely with this theory.
So if I somehow managed to use an energy reading in the thousands and had that as residue left over, then it would eventually go down to 0 and I would still make it through? Sounds about right, I think. I don't know how this shit works. For the first time since we arrived at this school, I began to feel a glimmer of hope. What more can you share about this theory?
Well, not much, I'm afraid. As I said, most consider it to be either nonsense or too inconsequential to waste their time on. Although there is one man who spent his life developing and researching this theory. He used to be an instructor of this academy.
Really?
Is he still in Illumia?
Unfortunately, he left many years ago in search of Ember Mist.
Ember Mist. Leona purses her lips.
The hidden city.
Can I be let in? She nods. If it's hidden, I'm guessing it'll be hard to find. Before he can respond, a student with 2 long pigtails strides over.
Please allow me to accompany you on your quest.
Amelia! Professor Xavier replies sternly.
Absolutely not.
Look kinda mean there, old buddy.
Could you elaborate on your disapproval? This is an excellent opportunity to further my research and education.
This is not a Mage Academy-sponsored expedition, so there won't be mages around to protect you. It's a dangerous journey, especially given the fact that no one knows the location of Ember Mist.
Oh, you bought a bike. Good for you. You'll be able to actually make it to work now. The girl stays silent. I can practically see the cogs in her head spinning. As she contemplates his words, finally, she nods.
Understood.
As soon as she finishes speaking, she turns her... Apologies. She turns on her heel and walks away. What just happened?
Pay her no mind. That's just how she is.
Ah. Who? If that's how she is, who is she?
That's Amelia Estelle, the university's prodigy. She's only a teenager,
Prodigy.
but already a mage caster, which means she can manipulate 2 different elements at the same time.
Oh. Okay. I flash a grateful smile for automatically explaining what a mage caster is. And I'm guessing mage casters are usually a little older than the teen. Man, it grins.
Just a little. Most mage casters are in their 40s.
Thank you for informing me that. MILF time, I suppose. My eyes widen. She must really be something special, to say the least.
Anyway, thank you for all of your help, Professor.
I'm sorry I wasn't able to be more helpful, but I wish you the best of luck on your journey.
Thanks, Professor Xavier. Also, keep Wolverine in check. You know, that rage of his gets around sometimes. After saying goodbye, his wheelchair moves on its own and pushes him out of the room. That's pretty cool. Did it just move on itself? Or does he...
Not quite.
Oh.
He's using wind magic to push it along.
Oh. You know, that's pretty. It's big brain. The more I see magic in use, the more I wish I could use it. It seems
What
quite...
did you think of everything the professor said?
Oh, sounds exactly what happened, to be honest. That could easily be what happened. I don't understand the basics behind it, but, you know, for now, let's just, head to Ember Mist and talk to that other professor he was talking about. She nods.
Unfortunately, no one knows how to get there.
God damn it. Yeah, it was all going so well.
Let's stop by the inn. Since it's a hub for travelers from all over, there's bound to be someone who knows something.
I mean, yeah. Probably not, Ryan. You're probably not wrong. It sounds like our best course of action at this point. And we might even run into Zach again. Once agreed, Leona leads the way out of the academy. Hope we don't run into Zach. The fucker probably still wants to kill my Pongo simply for trying to get a meal out of his blasters. I follow her through the twisting roads of Illumia. When asked why we were taking so many turns, she said she wanted to avoid the marketplace, which would be so crowded with people we wouldn't be able to walk through. Soon we reached the inn. The place is a lot larger than any other inn we've stayed at so far. And yet, from the inside, it looks all the same. Along with the smoothly crafted dining tables, there's a fireplace along the far wall, labeled Jaws on a mantle. Alright. Oh, I see that, yeah, it's right there. But that's a mug. That's a bottle. That's a jar. I don't know what that is. The place is fairly busy for this time of day, and only a couple of tables are actually open at the moment. Per usual, Leona speaks with the innkeeper, and I see him point towards a couple by the fireplace. When she returns, she drops a key in my hand.
Here's the key to your room. I figured we're going to be spending the night here.
I mean, isn't it still midday? Yeah, screw it, whatever. Yeah.
The innkeeper doesn't know how to get to Ember Mist, but he says that couple comes from the far desert. They might know.
Far desert. You know, maybe we should split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Good idea. I'll go talk to that couple first.
Alright. You have fun with that. So let him walks off. I survey the room. You know, if anyone knows anything, it's gonna be the adventurers. I approach a table of misfits. These guys look like they're well traveled. There's a tall, bulky man wearing fur boots and a loincloth, and a very little else. His muscles ripple as he takes a swig from his tankard. Damn. This man be buff. Beside him, a short and stout, bearded man. Gold is entwined in his braided beard, and a scar runs from his bald head down to his cheek. The last member of the party is a lithe, blonde, elegant man. A bow is slung on his back, and his glossy hair spills around it. Hey there, how's it going? Do you get... Blonde man grins, while the other two peer at me.
Well, aren't you a tall, refreshing drink of water?
Don't
I'm Randall, but you can call me Randy.
Don't fucking flirt with me. I don't swing that way. Hi, yeah, I'm Tim. Not trying to intrude or anything. I just had one small question. Tell me, Tim, tell me not to buy food from Publix. Do not buy food from Publix. There's food at home. God damn it. Just don't spend another $100 on food today. Please. It's too expensive.
Not at all. Ask away.
Do you guys have any idea how to get to Ember Mist? Randall laughs.
Do you still believe in those fairy tales? Ember Mist is just a myth.
Listen here. Don't put my business out there. Don't you fucking... Okay. That doesn't really change much, though. You still spent too much money on food already today. So you don't need to be spending any more. Do you still believe in those fairy tales? I think that it's a real place. Also, you're a fucking dickhead. And have you ever heard of a thing called a gun? You see, it's this little metal tube that I point at you and you die. The bald man frowns.
The city's underground.
It's underground. This time, the hulking barbarian cracks a smile.
You believe in it too? Of course not. But if it did exist, it would be underground. Otherwise, why hasn't anyone been able to find it?
Actually, a pretty good point, Mr. Dwarf.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
God, you're the dumbest person I've ever
Says the
heard.
person too dumb to wear clothes.
He's got a point.
I'm wearing clothes!
You're wearing a loincloth and boots.
Your underwear doesn't count.
The two continue to bicker as Randall tries to soothe them both. I slowly back away. No. You have probably got cookies at home. And if you go in there to buy cookies, you're gonna end up buying like some fucking potato wedges, and then you're gonna be like, well, since I'm already getting food, I may as well get such and such, and then you're gonna spend like another $50. No. I slowly back away. That wasn't very helpful. And, I'm assuming the cute girl is probably gonna know something, right? Approach the pretty redhead by the bar. Well, hello there. She smiles. Oh shit, she's a hooker. I see. Are you looking to join a party?
I can be.
Sit down beside her. Have you been here long? She gives me a curious
Long
look.
enough to know that I haven't seen you before.
I'm just, passing through, you could say.
Oh, where are you headed?
Ember Mist, my dear. Suddenly, her smile drops straight off of her face and onto the boards below her feet. That's not the reaction I was
Ember
expecting.
Mist doesn't exist.
Well, fuck you. I frown. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Alright then. Never mind. Her smile drops again, somehow going deeper into the ground, and she grabs her drink. She sways her hips as she walks and approaches a man who's drinking alone. Her alluring smile returns as she sits down beside him and touches his hand. Wait, is she a consort? Let's pretend that I didn't just do that. Looks like I'm having very much luck. I wonder how that is going. Judging from her pout, I can guess she didn't get much luck. About as much as I did. We make our way back to the bar.
Greetings.
Oh, hey. It's you. Amelia, right? Yeah. Amelia waits for us by the bar, and I'm starting to see her presence. Leona looks just as shocked.
What are you doing here?
Just one box of sugar cookies? No, not just one box of sugar cookies. Because when you ordered... I know how you operate. Because if you go in there for one thing, you're gonna buy a bunch of things, and then you're gonna be like, Tim, why didn't you stop me? God damn it. So no. Now I'm gonna get yelled out for stopping you.
I've come to accompany you on your journey.
Professor Xavier made it very clear that you were to stay at the Academy.
His logic is rational, but my presence and assistance is far more beneficial for you than it is for me to remain at the Academy.
You know? What assistance exactly?
I am aware of the location of Ember Mist.
No more than words needed.
How is that possible?
How I know is irrelevant.
Well, if you know, then tell us where it is.
I will gladly impart this knowledge unto you should you accept me as a travel companion.
God damn it, she has a big brain.
But the Academy won't let you go.
If I cannot go, then I suppose neither can you.
Well, fucking bitch. You don't just walk away. Leona bites her lip. I can tell she's quite torn by the decision. It's a bad idea. It's definitely a bad idea, but we should let her join. We should let her join.
We shouldn't go against a direct order from the Mage Academy.
But it's not exactly a direct order. Take her with you, dummy. I know. Don't you. Fuck you. Drinking my coffee. What choice do we have? She's the only person that we know of that knows the location of Ember Mist besides who is currently in Ember Mist. She frowns. Nobody at this end knows the location, and I doubt we'll find anyone else who can tell us how to get there. Are you really willing to give it up? Because I'm not. Leona rushes her hand through her hair as she thinks. She steals glances at Amelia, who watches us with hawk eyes. Finally, Leona's expression softens and she nods.
Fine. You can come with us, but only on the condition that you let us bring extra protection.
That is a logical conclusion. I am not opposed to it.
You know, your cold nature is going to make me very upset very fast.
All right. I'll see if I can find some mages last minute.
No!
No mages? Why, though? I'm gonna look you in your fucking face while I ask you, why no mages?
Mages will alert the Academy of our proposal.
You know, you're not wrong, but also I doubt that every single mage in that academy would be a snitch. You bought pepperoni. Of course you bought pepperoni. Why wouldn't you buy some? Fucking... I'm surprised you had money left over from buying your bike. And then they wouldn't.
Correct.
I suppose that makes sense.
She taps a finger to her chin.
I guess the only other option is to hire a mercenary.
No, not Zach. No, don't grin at me like that. Zach shot me. He shot me, and then he was threatening my Pongo.
And I think I know just the guy.
No, come on. Leona and I scan the inn for any signs of Zach. She spots him in a secluded corner of the inn, drinking alone.
Hey, Zach.
He looks... You only have $10 on your account. I'm spending the rest on medication. AKA $190. Alright. He nods his greetings.
Guess things went well at the Academy.
As well as expected.
Sorry, it went alright. Could have gone
I'm actually
better.
here to do business.
Zach cocks his head slightly.
You have my attention.
We need protection for our newest companion.
She nods towards Amelia, the pink-haired fucking shorty in the corner, who merely stares back at him. he gives her a once-over.
Isn't she a mage?
Yes, but a student.
That is not an accurate description. I am...
Leona glances
A student.
glares at her. She is a prodigy, and we
While
wouldn't
not
want to.
untrue, I have fulfilled the necessary curriculum to be considered.
Amelia!
A bitch. The necessary curriculum to be considered a bitch. Leona is clearly exacerbated. Amelia cocks her head to the side and studies Leona curiously. Anyway, what were we trying to ask? What we're trying to ask is, are you for hire and will you accept this job? Zach pauses and takes a long swig from his drink. 5 likes Pog. I only see 4, but if you see 5, then it is. And quite Pog it is, my good sir. He looks from me to Leona to Amelia, then pauses again. Finally, he nods.
All right.
God damn it.
Really?
He
That's
agreed.
great.
Fuck.
We're headed to Ember Mist.
Zach raises an eyebrow.
The hidden city?
We have someone who knows the way.
Zach's gaze falls on
Interesting.
Amelia. Well, alright. Now that we have our team, what do we do? What are we
There's
doing
no
then?
point in beginning our journey when the sun is almost gone.
You got a point. Fair point, fair point. So,
I should return to the
sleep.
academy before my disappearance is observed.
You didn't even tell anybody? Okay. Hurry.
Good idea. We can reconvene here tomorrow morning.
Leona's got the plan. Alright. The 3 of us leave, and Zach alone, and Amelia heads out for the inn. Just as she leaves, a group of young adults burst in. They laugh loudly, and their cheeks are flushed as if from dancing or running. A circlet of flowers is on each of their heads. Leona gasps.
Oh, the festival!
Festival? There's a festival?
Yeah, it's a celebration of the spring equinox. Do you want to...
I cut her off. And, I'd love to go out, actually. I haven't had much fun since I got here. Blue... Did you say blue-haired girl talking like a Harvard report? Her hair is pink, just my guy. Her hair is pink, and also, I've not had fun since I've got to this fucking world. I'm enjoying this festival. Leona agrees.
It is. It's one of my favorite festivals.
Well, I don't care if it's one of your favorites. It just better. Oh. Well, colorblind just makes you see one color as a different color, not the name of the color. We exit the inn, although the moon has traded places in the sky with the sun. The streets are still bustling with people. Leona and I follow the crowd until we reach the town square. Colored strings of crystal lights hang from the large cherries. Look proof from my screen of some unknown. It does not matter at this point. I didn't observe it that much. His mercy speaks in the chat. From the large cherry trees lining the perimeter of the square, their lights spill soft rainbows on the smiling faces of the townsfolk. The heavenly aroma of spices and grilled meat entices me towards this festivities. I love me some grilled meat. That one. A simple stand is set up on one side of the square where musicians play a jaunty tune. They tap their feet in time to the beat as the dancers whirl around the center of the square. As we pass through the square, giggling girls offer circlets of flowers. Leona happily accepts hers and lets the girls place it on her head.
It's so beautiful. Everything looks so different.
I mean, not too much different, but it's pretty at night, I'll admit. Her eyes sparkle and she taps her feet to the rhythm of the music as she watches the pairs of dancers jumping and twirling. For the first time since we've met, Leona's face holds no trace of caution. My eyes are drawn to her as her smile lights up her entire face. She runs towards me and I quickly look away. I hope... She turns towards me and I quickly look away. I hope she didn't catch me
Would
staring.
you like to dance?
With you? I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. Time for some bumping and grind. Can you have my bad boy skills? Can you handle my skills? Oh, heck yeah. Trust me, I've got moves.
Oh, really?
Nope. She moves back and gives me some space. I begin with a few dancey lunges to the front and to the side. Then jump down to my hands and twirl my legs around. I swing my legs up high and finish by spinning on the top of my head. When I get back up, a small crowd has formed. That's right, bitch.
Are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine. In fact, I'm better than ever. Leona rushes up to me. Her eyes are filled with
You
concern.
fell to the ground, and then we're spinning around.
Those were my breakdancing moves. Her eyes grew wide.
That was dancing?
Well, fuck you. Leona tries to hold back her laughter and keep up a concerned facade.
Let me show you how we do it here.
Oh, fuck you. She takes my hands in hers and pulls me to a more secluded area on the dance
For this
floor.
song, we're gonna raise our right hands up like this so they touch.
Why would I want to do slow dancing, you bitch? She bends her elbow and holds up her arm to eye level. Then she moves my arm so it matches hers. I can feel the warmth of her fingers as they brush upon my
Our
arm.
hands will stay here, and then we use our right foot to step to the right. Then left foot back.
It's
And
usually...
we'll shift our weight front and back in a ball change.
I don't know what any of that means, besides just stepping. But yeah, alright. As she speaks and give me a minute. I'm lacking caffeine. Oh, that's the good stuff. As she speaks, she demonstrates the steps.
Then we do the same thing on the left. Left foot left, right foot back, and ball change.
Alright.
Then we step to the right and spin from behind.
I'm just...
Come on, try it with me.
I'm gonna try. We get into position and Leona counts off.
5, 6, 7, 8.
First I step. Oh god. Oh no. Wait, what? What? Is this supposed to be difficult? That's supposed to be difficult? Have you not seen me play Osu? Matching Leona, I step on my right foot, yes. I step with
That's
my right
it.
foot. Then I step with my left foot to the back and do a ball change. Next we do something on the left side, then we step with our right foot and spin. It's quite enjoyable. Oh. Alright, some more of this. This really... I doubt this is meant to be any level of difficult. For anything but a child. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. It's not that difficult. Just fucking dance. Just dance, you know? Like the arcade game. I step to the right and spin from behind. Leona and I are a step apart. Did we do this right? Are we supposed to be this far apart?
Yeah. Normally, we'd be facing our new partners, and we do the whole thing over again, starting with our left foot.
Ah,
And once that's done, we'll be facing each other again.
I see. But we don't have any other partners, so we go through the steps another time, and I manage to dance it perfectly.
Wow, you're a natural. Are you sure you've never done this before?
Fuck you, I have dance moves, they're just not the kind you deem acceptable. Her warm grin is infectious, and I find myself grinning just as broadly. This bitch has infected me. How dare you? It's because I had such a great teacher. Oh no, I'm flirting. Her cheeks flush as she's about to... I'm just drink some more coffee real quick. Her cheeks flush as she's about to reply. Our gazes meet. Leona's breath catches in her throat, and she seems to forget what she's about to say. For a second, I thought about the crowds of people all around us. All I can see is her. And someone jostles us, and we quickly look away. But what just happened here? I catch her glancing at me, and she smiles shyly.
So, do you think you're ready to join the rest of the dancers?
Sure, why not? I don't see a reason not to. God damn it. I hold out my hand, and she accepts it with that same coy smile. Then I lead her out to the dance floor. Well, shit. Now I'm dancing with you a bit. We dance late into the night, until our feet ache and our throats grow hoarse from laughing. The party is still going strong as Leona and I return to the inn and head our separate ways to our respective rooms. I haven't had that much fun in ages. As I fall into my bed, I enter dreamland with an immense smile upon my face. Thank God, I've finally gotten rid of that test studying stress. Happiness is once again within my body. And normally, the question is, do I continue and do another day, or do I stop here as I have just finished a day and done about an hour of playing? I flipped a coin just then, and yet I didn't say heads means whatever. Heads means continue, tails means stop. And it is heads. Well, I do suppose I might as well continue then. So the coin says. The next morning, we regroup downstairs at the inn as planned.
Is everyone now prepared to begin our journey?
Yeah, I'm good to go. Is everybody else good? We all nod.
Then let us depart.
We shall depart. She leads the way out of the inn and back into the quiet city. Remnants of last night's festival litter the ground in a series of petals and general debris. The cleanup detail is hard at work. They wear thick gloves as they half-heartedly move through the decorations and debris, as they themselves were most likely participating in the party last night. I wonder how long they've been working at this. The festivities continued even after I threw in my hat and went to bed. Diana and I share a glance, and she smiles at me. Strange. It's quite strange. We follow Amelia through the twists and turns of the cities. Where are we going exactly?
To the Crystal Rail Station.
Oh, Crystal Rail. So, like a train? Diana speaks up before I even ask.
Where are we taking the crystal rail to?
Bazada.
Bazada? She looks up in surprise.
Ember Mist is in Bazada?
They say you can find anything there.
She suits Zack, a look which he returns with his usual stony gaze. What's so surprising about Bazada?
It's just closer than I expected.
Oh,
No, Ember Mist is not within Bazada, but Bazada is the closest station to the location of Ember Mist.
that makes a lot more sense. Leona still seems skeptical, but doesn't push it. I guess we'll find out whether or not Amelia's right. When we get to Bazada. We continue the rest of the way in silence. After a few minutes, we arrive at the station. The setup is a simpler version of our train stations back home. The ticket booth is right across from the entrance. While they sort out retrieving tickets, I look around, vendors selling food and trinkets and probably some exotic materials. The trinkets line perimeter of the enclosure. Vendors selling food and trinkets line perimeter of the enclosed space. The building is mostly empty at this time of morning.
We must hurry if we wish to catch the next crystal rail. It is nearing the platform.
I mean, alright. If you say so. Once we get our tickets, we rush down a back hallway which opens up to the platform. 3 and 4. 7 3/4. I don't remember what it is. It's like 7 3/4 or something. Arriving at the platform is a sleek bullet train. Porcelain white with windows dotting the sides. My jaw drops as I watch over it hover over the tracks. A pair of long crystal rows run along the bottom of the train with an identical crystal rows lining the track. So is it like a magnet train or something? It's pretty fucking cool though. I feel almost giddy as we line up to board. I can't believe I'm about to ride a frickin' hover train. Leona cocks her head to the side.
Is this not something you're used to?
Not exactly. We have trains too, but they mostly run on like diesel or electricity nowadays. The original models were powered by steam. Leona's eyes
That
widen.
must be some powerful magic.
It's not magic. You just heat up some water, you see. If you heat up water to a hot enough temperature, it just starts turning into a vapor. That's called steam. Oh, hi, Pongo. The Pongo eyes the crystals on the train, his mouth open in anticipation. Leona notices and snatches him off. He wriggles at first, trying to escape to reach his next meal. But after she gives him a few pats on the head, he decides that he's fine with not eating, and instead calms down and grins at Leona. We're about to board the train, and the attendant stops us.
Sorry, Pongas are not allowed due to equipment which are sensitive to energy absorption.
Oh,
Leona looks sadly at the blue guy in her arms.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I think this is where we say goodbye.
Pongo Pongy. He blinks back at her in confusion, a worried smile on his face. Leona's lip trembles.
I'm sorry.
She gives him a final hug and sets him down on the ground. Then with his eyes glassy, full of tears, she rushes onto the train as the Pongo blinks. It's okay, Pongo. We'll be back for you. Amelia cocks her head to the side and looks at it. The Pongo mimics her.
I have not known you long, but I will be saddened to see you go.
She nods and then hops onto the train. Zack looks at the Pongo and instinctively his hand protects his guns.
Try not to eat anyone else's weapon.
strangely, Zack doesn't seem too angry. The Pongo blinks at Zack's retreating form. Finally, it's my turn. I'll miss you, buddy. He blinks and grins. Didn't expect this to be so difficult. Saying goodbye to a slime. Saddening. He cocks his head to the side and tries again.
Poi poi?
I'm sorry, little buddy. As far as we can go together.
Poi?
Tries to hop up onto my shoulder, and as he's done so many times in the past, but I don't let him. Sorry, but you have to stay.
Poi?
I'm sorry. I don't want to. Let's just walk, man. Quickly turn away and head onto the train station. To the train. While the other people board the train, I join the rest of my group. Leona tries to control her sniffles, while Amelia looks down at her feet. Zack acts as casual as always, but the nod he gives me feels lackluster. We're all feeling the loss of the Pongo. He was my first friend when I came to this world. And after we've had a moment to compress ourselves, we search for a train cabin. We pass through a few cars before we finally find our cabin towards the end of the train. Mary slides open the door, then shuts it immediately.
Impossible!
What? What's wrong? She opens the door again and we all peer inside. Inside the cozy cabin are plush seats, a rack above the seats to hold any luggage, and a rectangular table in the center. There's also a little Pongo boy happily bouncing in the seats.
Boy!
Ah!
Pongo!
Rihanna squeals excitedly and scoops him back up into a big hug. We'll file into the cabin after her and shut the door before anyone notices the Pongo. When Leona notices our stares, she clears her throat and sets him back
How
down.
did you get in here?
Seriously, weren't you just outside a second ago? How'd you get in here? Find our cabin before we did.
Poi!
Impossible.
I think the Pongo broke Amelia, to be honest. She isn't looking too good. Zack, as unfazed as always, plops down into one of the seats. It leans back. Relax.
Some things just can't be explained.
I feel like that's bullshit. Pongo, do you know spatial magic? With how often the Pongo seems to disappear and reappear unexpectedly, you'd think we'd be used to it by now, but I guess we aren't. I take a seat as well, and the Pongo hops up onto my lap. Rihanna pouts as the Pongo moves away from her. He's mine. Amelia seems to have recomposed herself and also takes a seat. Not much later, I feel a jerk of the train departing and hear the calming hum of the engine. This thing has an engine. I thought it was magic. Thought it was magic based, not engine based. Both Leona and Amelia stare out of the window. Zack has his head down and his arms crossed. I think he may be asleep, but it's really is hard to tell in that position. Remembering how I found him at the campsite, I can only assume this guy can literally sleep anywhere. My eyes feel droopy too, though, so I've decided to go to sleep for at least a while. I really went all out last night and did not get enough sleep. I doubt anyone will mind if I just get a few Z's. When I awaken, everyone else is awake too and looking more bored than ever. Only the Pongo snoozes on my lap. Adorable little thing, isn't he? How long was I asleep for, guys? Yeah,
Just a few hours.
Just a few? Hurry, almost there yet?
No. We will not arrive before tomorrow.
Oh. Tomorrow?
Yes.
What have I got to do with all this spare time? I automatically reach in my pocket, pull out my phone, forgetting for a second that it's dead. Doesn't work at all. Shit. Fuck. What do? But then my hand closes on something equally good. Pull out my deck of cards and lay them out on the table. My cranes are necked to see better.
What do you have there?
My cards. I get the deck and shuffle them. Want to play something? There's enough people that we can play cheat.
How do you play that?
It's easy. Each round, you'll put a card from your hand face down on the center of the table and say what that card is. What card it is, like this. I put one down as an example. One king. Everyone else at that table can decide whether or not I'm telling the truth. If you think I'm lying, you call out cheater, and I'll have to reveal the card. If I was lying, then I take all the cards in the pile. If I was telling the truth, then whoever accused me takes all the cards in the pile, and the next person starts a new round. This actually sounds pretty fun. You win by having no cards in your
Sounds
hand.
like fun. Oh,
Amelia looks thoughtful.
Although I have not partaken in this game before, this sounds like it would be a stimulating challenge.
Glance at Zach. You in, buddy? Motherfucker. He shakes his hand.
I'll pass.
Leona frowns.
why not? I know that mercenaries love card games. And it's not like there's much else to do while we wait.
It's just not my type of game.
You sure about that, Zach? I guess no game then. Without 4 players, it doesn't play particularly well. Zach shrugs, but both Amelia and Leona look disappointed.
Are you sure you won't play, Zach?
Positive.
Well,
What if we made the game a little more interesting?
Interesting, you say. Glances at her.
And by that, I mean we could play for money.
Zach seems intrigued, but looks
This
my
one
way.
here doesn't have any money.
You know, I have money. Push in my pockets and drop some loose change. I think there's a penny, a quarter on there, a few dimes, maybe. I have. Drop it all on the table. It's just not usable here, per se. Amelia leans in close and peers at the money. Even Leona takes an interested glance.
I fail to recognize this type of currency.
Ah, it's not from this world, you see. Well, I'm not exactly from Isario, to say the least. Amelia stares intently at me. After a long pause, she looks back at the coins.
I see.
Point out the different types of change I have. Make sure you get the pennies. They're the most valuable, you see.
Are these not made from copper?
I mean, yeah.
And the nickel would be made from nickel.
Yeah.
Then suffice it as to say, should not the nickel be more valuable than the penny?
You may think that. Zach leans back into his seat.
If it's not money I can use, then I'm not interested.
Well, you can always.
Zach,
I will pay you for his coins.
Really? Shit. Zach sits back.
Go on.
For any coin of his you receive, I will trade you one of our coins.
Amelia, you really don't have to do that.
I know.
Damn. Alright. Lana looks uneasily between Zach and me.
Alright. Deal.
Well, I mean, couldn't I just trade you these coins for those coins? And then I can play with real money, or this world's money. As Zach settles in, I deal out the cards. Zach frowns as he looks at his
These
hand.
cards are strange.
Like I said, I'm not from Isaria. I give a brief rundown of the suits and face cards. I don't know what. Fuck. The suits and face cards. When I look up from my hand, I see Amelia staring at me. This is getting a little uncomfortable. Let's start the bet. We throw our coins on the table. I'll go first. I drop a card down, face down on the table. 110. Silence. No one reacts. Okay, Leanna, it's your go.
Okay.
She slides a card onto the table, her face completely blank.
1, 2.
That's a cheat. Leanna flips up the card and reveals the 2 of diamonds. Damn it. She grins while I grab the pile. Amelia's go. Her face even more stoic than Leanna's. Amelia places a card face down onto the table.
1 queen.
I'll pass on this one. I don't think she's cheating. There's no fucking way that I'll be able to tell. Maybe they aren't quite understanding how to play. Although I guess it is just the first round. Finally, Zach's go. In usual Zach fashion, he stoically slips a card
2
down.
8s.
Cheater.
Wow, that's fucking fast. Without breaking from his poker face, he flips over the card to reveal different cards than 8s. Silently, he collects the pile. How the fuck? We count how many cards in each person has in their hands. However, has the lowest number so far collects the first round of bets. How the fuck can you tell that he was cheating? When we throw in our next round of bets, okay, me again. Stove of truth. I'll show a tell though. I purposely let a little slip on my face. That might be lying. 2 3s.
Cheater!
Flip over the card to reveal 2 3s.
You tricked me.
I did. It's called faking. I don't fucking know. I grin as she grabs the cards. Rihanna looks slightly worried at her hand and then smooths her face.
2 aces.
I'll pass on that one. I bet she was faking her worry as telling the truth. Better not risk it.
Cheater.
Anna grins as she flips over 2 aces. Zach wordlessly collects the cards. Good thing I didn't say a fucking word. Amelia places down her 2 cards.
2 7s.
That's a cheat. God damn it. I'm always wrong. Without delay, Zach lays down his card.
2 5s.
Before anyone else has a chance to react, Amelia calls
Cheater.
out. Zach grumbles under his breath as he collects the pile.
Why did you bother bluffing when you were the one starting a new pile?
That's the best time to bluff. Nobody expects you to.
Well, Amelia expected it.
Yeah? I mean, she's kind of fucking weird, though.
Because she's some kind of mind-reading witch.
I wouldn't put it past her. Amelia looks smug at Zach's disgruntledness. The bet for this round goes to the winner, and we start a new pot. Back to me again. I'm just gonna cheat. Actually, every single time. I have a terrible poker face and push to keep my face still, which only draws more attention to me as I slip 2 cards onto the table. All 3 voices right now.
Cheater.
Cheater.
Cheater!
Aha, you fool! I flip over the cards to read 2 cards. You know, after I did a fake slip, I would have expected them to not call me out. No. Leanna lays down her card, looking confident.
1 king.
I'll pass on that. She probably does have that card since I didn't. Better not call it out.
Cheater.
Nana grins and quickly flips over her card to reveal a king. Zach frowns as he collects his cards. Amelia wears the same stony face and slips down a card.
1 jack.
I'm not fucking with you. You're weird. Again, I just can't get a read on her. About anything, really. About whether she enjoys this or whether she wants me dead or anything, really. So I'm gonna just keep quiet on this one. Zach plays
1-6.
Again, Amelia's faster than
Cheater.
anyone else, yelling out cheater. Zach growls in frustration.
How do you know every single time?
Amelia just stares at him with her same blank stare, which frustrates Zach
This is the
even more.
dumbest game ever.
Well, he throws his cards down on the table and knocks over the coins before crossing his arms. Anna jumps away from the table as Zach hits it, her eyes wide. I'm a little taken aback and jolt back, which wakes the bongo. Oh, don't worry, boy. Just Zach being angry. Only Amelia remains unfazed.
Boy?
So, should we keep playing?
Of course.
Fucking knew it. Zach picks up his cards again. Leanna and I glance at each other and burst out laughing a bit. At first, Amelia looks at us in bewilderment, but our laughter is so contagious that she smiles. Believe it or not, I shit you not. She smiled.
Are we playing or what?
Oh yeah, we resumed the game with smiles all around, proceeding until we were tired. The longer we played, the more into the game became everyone. Needless to say, Amelia's correctly guessed Zach's cheats every single time, much to Zach's growing frustration. In the end, I won the game with the first to run out of cards. When we were tired of cheat, I taught them a couple of other games. It was late into the night when we all decided to turn in and go to sleep. You know, that was a pretty short day. But I think that's a good note to leave it off on. It was pretty fun, honestly. I haven't been... Wait, no, that's the wrong screen. There it is. Oh, I didn't fit that to screen. Silly me. Alright, well, if you enjoyed until the end, thank you for staying. If not, oh well, that was your fault, I suppose. Or maybe it was mine. Doesn't really matter. Either way, I hope everyone did enjoy. And that everyone who watched has a nice day. Bye-bye.